Hello everyone, I am cryptorenzi and this is your channel for Apex Bitcoin and crypto news. And in this video, we are going to do something a little different. We are going to talk about mental health. I was asked a question that I really would like to address, and it's worthy of an entire video. And the question reads, Cryptorenzi, I just discovered your videos and appreciate your authenticity and expertise on the matter. Could you please address how to deal with peer pressure if I buy crypto and my buddies keep sending me memes to hodl when I want to sell? Sometimes crypto feels more like a culture than an investment. You know, there's so much to unpack here. It hurts my heart to think this could be a younger person. And I'm assuming it's a younger person just due to the terminology they're using, like peer pressure. You know, unfortunately, bullying has become rampant in our society. We all can work on our mental health, and we all need to. This is important. This is paramount. And this ties in with cryptocurrency more than you realize, because Bitcoin is going to impact you in a great way, whether you own it or you don't. Where I'm going with this is I'm afraid the world is going to have a new form of jealousy that you've never seen before. It's going to rear its ugly head in ways unimaginable. I really feel for this person, and I send them back a very detailed answer and response as well. And I really hope and pray it helps this person. But just to answer the question first and then go deeper into how I feel about this, basically, you need to ask yourself, are they really your friends? Do they have your best interests in heart? Because no matter whom is in your life, if it's a spouse, a family member, or a friend, if they're not serving you, if they're not helping you, if they're toxic in any way, you need to learn to set healthy boundaries. Obviously, you work yourself down. I mean, your spouse is most important, your family's next, and friends are just what they are. They're friends. If you have and can find true friends, they're super valuable, but they're really hard to find because unfortunately, most people in life are just looking for something. They're looking for a way they can benefit from you. And it's sad, but that's just the way society has leaned. There's going to be pressure. There's going to be peer pressure. And unfortunately, it's just the start. And I hate that crypto could, potentially get a bad name for it because you feel it's kind of like a little bit of a weird culture. And that's mainly because people are scared and they don't understand cryptocurrency and they really don't understand Bitcoin. That's why it's important people do watch channels like mine to understand and learn exactly what's going on here. I have a bad feeling there's going to be quite a mental catastrophe coming soon. And here's what I mean by that. Whether money is important to you or not, I think we all can agree everybody would like to have more money, right? And it doesn't necessarily mean to buy stuff, okay? I just want a bunch of money so I can have a mansion or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I want to keep this simple in the fact that I want you to just focus on remember, money is a tool. The more money you have, the more good you can do with it, right? The more you can give in church, the more you can help the needy, the more you can go to Children's Hospital every Christmas and just shower them with toys and presents and all kind of goodies. The more soup kitchens and places you can help for Thanksgiving. You can help loved ones, you can help sick and ill people, right? And of course, you can ultimately take care of yourself, better take care of you, your spouse, your children. At the end of the day, you want to be able to retire. You want to be able to enjoy some part of your life that you worked so hard for. You can only control what you can control, right? The government is printing money out of control. So your hard-earned US dollar currency fiat is just deteriorating. And that's where Bitcoin steps in and will help save this. But the problem is not everybody can have Bitcoin. Not everybody's going to have Bitcoin. Not everybody even knows about it. And sadly, a lot of people don't believe in it. I don't know. Some people have a weird stigma towards Bitcoin. Look, I'm a very religious person and I don't want to get religious on this channel, but there's even people I've heard who think like Bitcoin's like the end of time or has something to do with the mark of the beast and all this silliness. Those people, as well as people who think drug money and laundering of money is done through cryptocurrency, as well as the people who think wars are funded through cryptocurrency, You put all these people in the same basket and you label it. They do not understand. They do not have enough knowledge on the subject. Because all of those things I just said have been disproven, every one of them. You know, and yeah, maybe you can say, well, how you disprove the Bible and the end of time and stuff. Again, Bitcoin is nowhere in the Bible. This stuff hasn't been talked about. Cryptocurrency is a ledger. It's just a better form of money. Okay, it's not trying to like take over the world. It's a store of value. It's not going to be a one world currency. I know there's someone trying to do that. That's not Bitcoin. People need to get better educated on what they're talking about and what they're fighting for. Let me digress a little bit. Back to the jealousy thing. Listen to me well. Mark my words I'm saying. There's going to be this massive shift in wealth coming soon. So let's think about, what did you have to do to be wealthy in the past? Because the number one form of jealousy and envy all stems from wealth and money and stuff like, oh, I don't have enough money, I can't buy this. It's all this bit about wanting to buy more stuff. That's the stem and the root. The Bible says money is the root of all evil, right? There's a reason for that being said. Look at it in this context. You either, number one, had to just be born in the right family, have a last name of like Vanderbilt or Kennedy, or you had to have a proper upbringing, really been blessed with parents who really showed you the right way and how to do stuff and open doors for you and maybe let you come into their companies, or they built these huge empires, as they call old money. Or you had to have a lot of help along the way where people opened doors for you. Because remember, I always told you, and I'm going to tie this to the next point, or you had to go and get a fancy degree, like go to Harvard or one of these tier 1 institutions. But why do you do that? Is it really to get smarter? I think that's all been disproven, right? Most of the wealthiest people in this world didn't even go to college. Okay, and I'm not here to start bashing education, but just, we want to stay on topic here. Make sure you pay attention to the main core point here. The reason you go to these prestigious schools, I mean, I should know, I went to one. I went to Tulane University. It's the people you meet. I went to school with presidents' daughters and people that own tons of Fortune 500 companies. I mean, I met all kind of people. That's the main reason you go to a school like Tulane or you go to a school like Harvard. That's why. Yes, the education is phenomenal. But the education I got at Tulane was in a different field. It was in medicine. I have a cellular and molecular biology degree. I've done a ton of studies and research in molecular genetics, but I don't even practice in that degree. Okay, I don't work in a lab anymore or do this type of stuff. For over 20-something years, I've been dealing all finance because that was my true calling. That was my true passion. So you have to understand, even for me, none of that stuff was given to me. Okay, I had to work, fight, and scrap for all of this, as well as I know many of you have to as well. But when you look at the bigger picture here, most people deal with jealousy in a way to where, okay, you walking down the street and maybe you run into someone with like a $10,000 suit on. And let's just say by nature, you're a very jealous person. So you look at them and you're like, okay, whatever. Maybe it's a little easier for you to write them off in your mind if you're struggling with mental health and jealousy of the fact that like, okay, well, maybe, he went to this school, or, oh, he works for such and such company. Okay, whatever. I didn't necessarily maybe have that opportunity, or I didn't study hard enough in school, or whatever the case may be, or whatever the pretense may be for you in that regard. But it's a little easier for you to sweep it under the rug, right? Because it deals with kind of one of those categories I talked about. This is where I really want you to lean in and mark my words on what I'm saying on this point as well. I'm telling you right now, all of that's about to change. No, don't get me wrong. The Harvard lawyers and all these people that work on Wall Street or whatnot, yeah, they're always going to have their money, make their money, do their thing, okay? But here's what's changing. I'm going to just mention 3 professions that I have a lot of respect for that most people don't. Truck drivers, grocery baggers, school teachers. And I'm telling you right now, there are going to be some truck drivers that are going to be wealthier than any VC venture capitalists on this planet. There are going to be some school teachers that are going to be wealthier than any media moguls around. And there are going to be some grocery baggers wealthier than any CEOs of any companies on the planet. And how can I say such a bold statement? because it's already happened. I know someone who used to bag groceries, didn't even go to college, and now he's worth close to $1 billion. Yes, that's with a B. And that's all from cryptocurrency, mainly Bitcoin. And whether you're into expensive stuff or not, he drives a Bugatti. In case you don't know what that is, it's one of the most expensive cars in the world. And I'm not going to dox him more than that, but lives in one of the most prestigious locations in the world. On and on and on. And again, this isn't like a fluff hour. This is something you need to wake up to. Times are changing. It's not about what about me, why it never happens to me. This is your chance, people. This is your chance. So for the person who asked me this question, you have to ask yourself, are they truly your friends? Is it worth it? Is it worth holding your life back for their jealousy? Maybe try talking to them, but if they don't want to listen, it's not worth your time. You really don't want to keep toxic people in your life, because I'm telling you, it's going to get exponentially worse. And let's go a little deeper. Let's keep pressing on this new form of jealousy coming. How are you going to feel when one of your fellow school teachers has now retired, will never work a day in their life again, just bought a huge home in Maui, and is just going to enjoy the Hawaiian beach and sunshine for the rest of their life? And I really want you to think about this, okay? Who doesn't want that life? Why do you feel that cannot be you? Mental health is everything. But I'm telling you right now, it's not going to come that easy. Even if this video somehow euphorically convinces you to buy Bitcoin, and again, not financial advice, but I think the world is starting to see what's going on here, you're going to have to still work for it. What do I mean by that? I don't think any of you realize what's coming. I know a lot of people on my channel are like me. We're holding Bitcoin strong, no matter what. Brilliant. But what are you going to do when you see your wealth go from 10,000, 5 figures, to 6 figures? Let's just let that sink in for a second. Let's say you're a school teacher. I know what school teachers make. They don't make anywhere close to 6 figures. Sadly, school teachers are very important, but most people in this world are not paid what they should be paid. $100,000 would be a lot of money for any school teacher. Let's add another zero. Now it's $1 million. Now you're at 7 figures. How are you going to handle that? Are you going to hurry and sell all your Bitcoin? How are you going to feel if you sold it at $1 million and then 4 years later, it would have been 8 figures? Now it would be worth 10 million. How psychologically are you going to be able to deal with that? So don't kid yourself. That's what I love about Bitcoin as well. This is not some get rich quick scheme. You're still going to have to put in the work and do the time. And, you know, I've read research on this stuff. This is really sad and scary. I don't know if any of you people know this, but people that win the lottery, it's really ridiculous. Most of them are broke in 2 to 3 years at any amount. It doesn't matter how much the lottery was. I don't even want to think about it or go down that road of how mentally damaged and sad these situations are, because these people were not properly prepared, right? If you don't know how to handle money before you have it, get ready for a catastrophe. And I'm not trying to like scare you off. I'm actually trying to make you a better person. If you hang out and think like a wealthy person, you might be surprised how quickly you become one. You rub off on their actions. You realize wealthy people have different stuff in common than you, right? They don't waste money. They don't just constantly spend money. They don't buy stuff they can't afford. You don't buy that new car because you want it. You buy cars you can afford that you can pay cash for. You don't take debt out for a vehicle. You don't take debt out for any luxury items. You make sure you can pay cash for them. It's important, people, to start thinking correctly about this stuff, because I'm concerned about the mental health of people. I really am. Please bookmark this video, refer to it, watch this video 5 years from now. Really, watch it. See if I was right. I've been right pretty much on everything so far I've put on my YouTube channel. And I'm not trying to toot my horn. I actually care about each and every one of you. I do. I hope you can feel and sense my passion coming through the camera. But this question it really touched my heart. You know how bad bullying is in this world. And now people's getting bullied over crypto, making fun of this poor person because, oh, why you don't sell? Why you don't hodl if you want to sell? when I replied back to this person, I told him, I said, remember, at the end of the day, you do you. If you want to sell, sell. If you want to buy, buy. Don't let anybody influence you under any circumstances. I'm always going to be here if you need someone to ask questions or lean on. I'm going to be here to help guide you through this. I'm going to be here to help you with the latest news and what's going on with Bitcoin, and if it drops drastically or skyrockets drastically, why that's happening and what to expect and look for. You're not going to find that on television. You're just not. Thank God for YouTube. Really. Without YouTube, there'd be a lot of people sitting on islands concerned. And when I say islands, I mean like isolated. Like, I don't know what to do. But like I was saying, this is going to come with work. It will. The more your wealth goes up with holding Bitcoin, the more you're going to have to figure things out. The more you're going to have to make sure your mental health is in check. But I'm telling you right now, in the end, you're going to walk away from your job. In the end, you're going to have a retirement beyond belief. In the end, you will be able to leave a legacy behind. And finally, in the end, you're going to be able to accomplish and do anything you ever set your heart's desire to do when it comes to money. But in closing, what I told this person was a little bit of my own personal life advice that I live by. At the end of the day, you can only count on yourself. And if you're truly blessed, your family. I personally never care what anyone else thinks about me. I've always made my own decisions personally without any influence of anyone else. And most importantly, it's mind over matter. You don't mind because they don't matter. So basically, if you're not sure what that means, all the noise, all the peer pressure, you don't mind that stuff because at the end of the day, they don't matter. They don't control your life. They don't make your decisions. They're not going to be there for you when you need help financially to pay a medical bill. They're not going to be there for you if you can't afford to send your child to school. They're not going to be there for you if your children or someone needs lunch money or food and you guys are struggling to just pay the bills. They're not going to be there for you. You can only count on yourself, and if you're truly blessed, your family. Always remember that. Look, I care about each and every one of you. I really hope this hit home with a lot of people. Please do me a favor, share this video with someone who needs to see it. If you are new here, please subscribe to my channel. I promise you it's going to be worth your time, and I'll never waste your time on this channel. And for any of my friends out there who are U.S. citizens or who celebrate Thanksgiving, happy early Thanksgiving to you. I know it's just a few days away. Enjoy some good turkey. Don't eat too much food. And remember, please live every day to the fullest. Tomorrow is not promised to anyone. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.